We distinguish ourselves in being a firm that is not essentially an American firm with offices overseas or a British firm with offices overseas, but we started as a firm overseas. Bangkok, Santo Domingo were the overseas offices and the principal offices of the firm. Bangkok remains today the largest office.
Well, I think every office in Asia and elsewhere follows a very similar pattern.
Lawyers from the European and American backgrounds would work together with local lawyers so as to be able to provide comprehensive advice to new foreign investors that were coming into the country.
Probably the first and maybe the first several lawyers are foreign lawyers, either American, Australian, or others. We've always had the practice of hiring local lawyers as early on as possible. Eventually, in virtually every office, local employees become partners.
The first American partner who headed the office after Charlie Kirkwood was Albert Chandler. Around mid-1980s that I became the head of the Bangkok law firm.
I stayed in the Dominican Republic for 4 years in order to get the office initially off the ground. And when I left, one, Vecchi Heredia Bonetti, was made a partner.
I'm most proud of the fact that we have made an impact in every country where we have had an office. We were there early enough. We were there at a time when we could shape the way the practice was developing.
The Dominican Republic 40 years ago had just recently concluded a long dictatorship, and there had been a civil war in 1965.
The United States had intervened in that with American military troops to try to separate the two sides that were involved. And in that process, the Dominican economy was severely interrupted.
So all the emergence of modern democracy in the Dominican Republic, as well as the business climate, the diversity of the economy has happened over the last 40 years. So quite dramatic change, undoubtedly. Our work with governmental institutions, advising Congress at time in the drafting of laws, also the participation of the partners and the associates of the firm in civil and community activities towards the improvement of the state of law in the Dominican Republic has helped.
Many of the places that we have offices, there is great corruption. The legal systems don't work. Judges are subject to being bought off. Political influence can be used against your clients.
It is very, very important for us to be able to demonstrate not only to our clients but to our lawyers that we are not going to participate in any way other than through the law.
Our objective, our vision is to help clients achieve the best results within the boundaries of the law.
We've gone from an environment where there was a large amount of political influence to an environment that has become rule of law.
You don't have to participate in corruption.
It may be the way things are being done, but it's not the way we're going to do things. And if our clients are going to do it, we're not going to act for them.
I have never had a discussion with a client with regard to a corruption act.
It has never happened to me because they know that I work here.
They understand that if they are a client of Russin, Vecchi Heredia Bonetti, Russin, Vecchi Heredia Bonetti will not engage in those type of practices. Is having the opportunity to work with people like Dr. Luis Heredia Bonetti, George Santoni, Dr. Russin.
What we're looking for in younger lawyers are people, first of all, they have to be very good lawyers, but they also have to have the imagination and the drive and the interest to take upon themselves the wider advisory role that we generally play for investors.
The importance is to be able to manage a project, make independent decisions, and take responsibility for those decisions.
Clearly, we are at a point where there's a new generation of lawyers that's taking over the management of the firm. And I think it's still early to predict what directions they're going to want to take the firm.